Welcome Nordangus students and to our new series on programming using Python using Turtle. In the first of these tutorials, we're going to look at the basics of using Python Turtle, and we're going to be looking at what a sequence is and applying sequential programming to creating shapes of different lengths and sizes. And by the end, you're going to be able to create a square of different lengths and filled with color and with different line colors as well, and hopefully be able to draw triangles and with different shapes, and then using pen up and pen down to draw multiple shapes. So what do I mean by sequential programming? Well, sequential or programming in a sequence is just doing something in a line, step by step. Let's start off and have a look. So I have Python open. I have what's called the Python shell, and Python shell just enables us to enter commands into on a command line interface. And this is okay. This is okay, but we're not creating our own files. And it's not saving what we do as a file. It's doing it once and then it's forgetting it. What we want to do is actually create our own files, so we're saving it. So we need to go to File and New File, and it creates a blank document. This is where we can create a program, we can save it, and then we can come back later and reuse it. Now, the first thing in terms of using Python Turtle is I need to import a library, and it's a library of commands. It's like bringing a book into my programming, and this book has all the commands I need to use Python Turtle. And so we just say import, and we say I want to import the Turtle library. So I want to bring this set of commands into use. And there are not many commands to use. So for example, when we start, we need to call from that library by saying turtle, and then we can say turtle dot forward perhaps, and we put brackets. In the brackets, we need to say how far we want to move. For example, 100. So we're calling from the library turtle. We're then saying which command we're going to use, which is forward, and we're saying how far it's going to move. If I do turtle dot, sometimes what happens is a load of commands will come up, which has a choice of what we want to use. And in this case, we can find one called back, which should be on here. If we say B, there we go, we've got back. So we can say back, for example, and we can say, we'll say 200, so it will go forward and back. We can also say turtle.right, and this we then put in brackets the degrees that we want to turn, and this can be from 1 degree to obviously 360 is just going a complete circle, or we can do 355, for example. In this case, we'll do 90. And we can also do turtle.left, which will go the other way. Finally, the last thing we need to write is turtle.mainLoop, which will stop the window from closing. And all we need to do then is just go to run module. We'll then save it. So you will save it into your location. And I've called this basics.py. And what will happen is it will go forward. It will then turn right. It then turns back, and turns left 90. We can go more advanced here. So I can then add some color. So I can do things like turtle.penColor. And because it's a non-programming command, a color, we have to put that in speech marks. I can do things like turtle.fillColor. And again, I'm going to put that in speech marks because it's a non-programming command there. I can vary the speed of the program. So if I've got a really long program, I can set the speed. So I can say 100, or I can put 1, so I can change the speed, like so. And if we want to do, so if I run this now, it'll put the color as red, the line, and it will then change the fill color. If we want to change the fill to yellow, and of course you can see the little shape there is yellow. Here, let's just draw a square, for example. So I'm going to delete the back and the left. And then for a square, we know that this goes forward and right, and there are 4 sides to a square. So I need to basically copy and paste this 3 more times underneath. So if I press F5 again, it will draw me a square. I could then do the fill color just by adding at the start turtle.begin_fill. Nothing in the brackets. So at the start of drawing the shape, it says begin fill. And when it's finished, it ends fill. And this is where it will add the filling, like so. And I can also, if I so desire, I can go turtle.pen up. I can lift the pen up off the paper, and I can move our turtle forward without drawing anything, and then I can put it down. So all I'm going to do is copy this square here, paste it after this pen up, pen down bit here, and what should happen? We should have multiple squares, like so. So as your challenge, I want you to have a look at this. I want you to create a square of 100 length and filled brown. I want you to create a square of 180 length with a purple line and blue fill. I want you to create a triangle with 150 length. Then try and create 2 triangles next to each other, one of 120 length and the other 190 length. One needs to be filled orange, one needs with a red line. And then the next part, I want you to use the pen up, pen down function to produce 2 shapes side by side. Good luck, Nordango students, and I look forward to seeing what you produce.